How's it going, guys? My name is Graeme, and welcome to the new visual novel horror experience from Digital Bento, Grotesque Beauty. I ran a poll of several different games that were all coming out today. This one won. Thank you for everyone who voted. Nice excuse to get into a little bit more of a scarier genre of games now that we're in Halloween. The game's out now. It's relatively cheap. It's like $5, $6, something like that, so maybe worth giving a shot. It's got these Junji Ito inspired visuals going on, so I'm expecting there to be some really creepy weirdo stuff going on there. And this branching narrative apparently has 30 different endings, so there's a lot to play around with. Hello? Rachel, are you still coming over tonight? Yes, I'm on my way. I should be there soon. That's a relief. I was afraid you might bail. No way. I'm not going to leave you hanging all by yourself. Sit tight. I'm not far from yours. Thanks. I really appreciate you doing this. See you soon. Anita Reynolds, you were always such a scaredy cat. Is that her just thinking to herself? Or is this some omnipresent narrator? Anita's house was a 20-minute walk from my place. Most nights she's home alone, as both her parents work late. I would have thought she'd be used to it, but lately she's been afraid of being by herself, even in her own home. That is why I decided that I should come over to keep her company. It'll be like a slumber party, one we used to have as kids. Even though we've long outgrown sleepovers, a part of us was secretly looking forward to it. It'll be nice to go back to those times when things were much simpler. Any excuse to do silly things like stay up late, crazy late even, watch a scary movie, and stuff our face full of sugary snacks. This could be a chance for us to bond. God knows I need something to distract me at this time of the year. I'm trying to scan these environments to see if there's anything readily scary going on, but I'm sure it'll ease us in. Before I realize it, I was already at her door. This neighborhood is so quiet, you'd think nobody lives here. I ponder how best to make my presence known. Serenade her. Play around with that a little bit. Be silly. Be jovial. Things are a little bleak right now. Anita, Anita, oh fair maiden, let down your long, gorgeous hair. From a window above, my friend popped her head out. Quiet, the neighbors will hear you. Sweet Anita, but I have not yet begun to serenade you, and out here I will spill out my heart for all to hear. Stop it, you're embarrassing. I'm on my way down. Don't kick up any more fuss. There you go. Irritate her. That'll distract her from anything being spooky. Rachel, you made it. I'm so glad you came. Did you wait long? Of course, you're fashionably late as usual. Joke about it. She's being jokey. You know I'm worth the wait. As the one who's always doing the waiting, I'd have to disagree. Right now, you're the one keeping me waiting. It's freezing out here. Are you going to let me in or not? If you're cold, it serves you right. Consider it payback for your tardiness. I knew you were evil. Look at that. Right back in their old rhythm, joking around. Man, it's been so long since I last visited, it almost feels nostalgic. You should drop by more often. My parents have been working late more and more these days, so you can definitely stay over some more. It's almost like a setup for some corny romantic movie. Your parents are away, you're all alone, and you have the perfect excuse to invite this cute girl over. Pfft, cute girl? Where? I don't see any. Hey, don't hate. Appreciate. You know that I'm a real catch. Just a stone-cold treat. Is that so? And how come you haven't gotten yourself a boyfriend yet? Ouch. It's a low blow. Seriously, though, thank you for coming over. I feel more at ease having you around. I've been feeling out of sorts these last few days. It's no problem. She's opening up and saying that she's really appreciative. We can back off the jokes for a minute. It's alright. We're friends after all. It's the least I can do. Thanks. It's good to know who you can count on when it really matters. So, what's been bothering you? Have you been having bad dreams? Something like that, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I've been having this bad feeling every night for about a week. Like a premonition? Don't say that. That's only gonna freak me out even more. It's more like I've been feeling like something's been watching me. Yeah, okay, that's a terrible feeling. You say something has been watching you, not someone? What do you mean? Like I said, it's hard to explain, but I've been feeling this each night when I walk home. It's been like this ever since the fog came. Have you noticed the mist on your way here? Yeah, it was kind of creepy. I can see why you'd hate that, having to walk through that every night by yourself. It's been for about a week now. It's isolated to just on this street and nowhere else. Don't you think that's odd? It makes going outside even more eerie, being unable to see what's lurking around me. Is that why you feel eyes watching you? Because you can't see what's out there? Probably, but the feeling doesn't go away when I make it home. It follows me inside. Even now, I still feel a bit paranoid. Seems like you've just really built this up in your mind. Play a board game or something, paint each other's nails. I don't know what we're gonna do. We should probably take your mind off of it. What are you saying? Something is watching you through the walls? I don't know. I don't have an answer. It just gives me the creeps. I knew Anita for a long time. We grew up through elementary school together, and she's always been easy to startle. This time is different. She seems genuinely afraid that something bad might happen. It's enough to put me slightly on edge, but I have to be strong for her sake. The hair on the back of my neck tingles. Was it just my imagination, or was something staring at me too? There's more, you know. Come on, don't pile on. Huh? Did you know there have been a few reported disappearances from this neighborhood lately? Seriously? I didn't know that. Yeah, 2 people went missing. There's been no trace of them, no clue about what happened. They just vanished. A handful of strangers with no connection to one another. The police have no leads, so they're leaving open the possibility that they ran away on their own. No way. Not all of them at the same time. I know, right? For so many of them to just disappear in such a short space of time is too coincidental. All of this just makes me so uncomfortable. Aren't your parents worried to leave you alone knowing people have been disappearing? People were scared for a while, but that didn't last long. Eventually they just moved on. No one seems to think it's serious anymore. The problem is that there's no evidence of anything bad happening to them, but the fact that there's been no trace of them worries me. Who runs away without taking any of their belongings? It's so unusual. How can no one, not even their family, do nothing about it and not lose their mind? What if something was actually wrong? Could they live with themselves if they never find the missing people again? I remain silent, feeling somber suddenly. My gaze dropped down to the floor. Things have just turned to a touchy subject. An awkward moment lingered between us. The silence was palpable. Oh, Rachel, I'm sorry. That was weird, sudden movement there from these 2 characters who haven't moved much. I didn't mean to be so insensitive. I was just running my mouth without thinking and forgot. It's okay. It's a long time ago. I should have gotten over it by now. Or at least, it shouldn't get me bad anymore. Rachel, it's just this time of year. This was around the time she disappeared. Normally I don't think about it anymore. After all this time, I learned to forget she's missing. Sister, maybe? Mother, maybe? Not really, though. You have to let go a little, or it can eat you up. But during this time every year, it all comes rushing back, and I remember too much. My sister is gone. I may never see her again. It suddenly hits me in one go, and I get all emotional, and I feel guilty about it, because all I'm thinking about is how I feel. Now, like how I never got any closure, never got to say goodbye to her. My last memories of her were so mundane. It was just another normal day. If I knew that was our final meeting, I would have cherished the moment, cherished the sight of her, and let her know how much I miss her. But it's such a selfish wish. She could be scared or hurt, and I'm upset about how I feel. I'm really sorry, Rachel. It sucks. I wish I could make it go away, but Please don't blame yourself. Change the subject. I'm not feeling jokey. Listen to us. We've launched straight into catching up and we haven't even settled down yet. We need a change of pace. Oh yeah, I haven't even offered you something to drink yet. Would you like something from the kitchen? I thought you'd never ask. These girls must be relatively young. Like, they're still living with their parents. But, like, you can still live with your parents when you're at, like, a age of drinking. So I don't know if they mean to go get, like, a root beer or, like, wine. I followed Anita down the stairs to the kitchen, occasionally pointing out something that changed since the last time I've been here. So, what are you having? I have orange juice tea, and if you're feeling adventurous, I have vodka. Ooh, I think I could loosen up a little bit, and I think this will lead to interesting results. Probably more likely to have horrible things happen. Vodka it is. Let's hit the vodka. I'm feeling it tonight. Brave girl, I like your style. Let's just cram down that fear under a haze of booze. It's a party, isn't it? What kind of party would it be without some irresponsible boozing? You're joining me, aren't you? It'll be lame if only one of us were drunk. My mom always said you were a bad influence. Smart lady. With our drinks in hand, we move on to the living room. Not a lot has changed in the 2 years I've been away. Everything was just as I remember it, except for one addition. Oh, that's new. The painting. The painting is what I was, like, focusing in on more than anything else. Ooh, yeah. Okay, there's just some dead-looking eyes. I don't like the piercingness of that stare. It's like there's nothing there, but everything there, you know? I couldn't help but stare. Right in the middle of the room was a large painting that dominated the wall. This painting? Oh yeah, I got that from an art auction at this weird place. Dad's been obsessed about it. Couldn't take his eyes off of it ever since we got it. Yeah, because probably it looks like it's looking at you. What do you think? Are you a fan? It's like a pre-Raphaelite painting. It's horrible. I like it. I think it's horrible. Don't take this the wrong way, Anita, but it's kind of ugly. I mean, it's technically well painted and beautifully done, but why would you hang it on your wall? It just doesn't strike me as the kind of thing you'd want to be the centerpiece of your living room. I know, right? I'm right there with you. I think it's horrible. From the moment I laid eyes on it, I felt unsettled. I have no idea what my dad saw in this thing. He was so enamored by it that he bought it on the spot. Does your family go to art auctions regularly? Not really. My parents both love art, and we came across this interesting place that happened to be selling paintings that night. We only went in out of curiosity. To tell you the truth, it was a strange experience. Oh, don't cut the music out on me. That's a strange experience. I don't like the feelings that evokes. Ooh, flashback. The auction house was massive, far bigger than I expected looking in from the outside. The lighting was dim and the room was filled with a light haze. All the guests must have been smokers or something. The walls were covered in paintings of all shapes and sizes, but they were all portraits. My parents were in their element and we split off to look around at our leisure. Nothing particularly grabbed me. Most of them were pictures of pretty regular people. Then I saw this one painting. Is it the one that you bought? Let me guess. It's the one we're looking at right now? That's right, Sherlock. A week ago I was standing face to face with this beautiful painted lady. Although I thought it was captivating, there was something about it that didn't sit right with me. The ever so slightly crossed eyes, perhaps? There's like an androgyny around it that reminds me of that cover of the Marilyn Manson album where he's like, it's his face on like a woman's body. You and your bad feelings. Do you ever not have them? Hey, I'm serious. There's something strange about this painting. It stirred up something in me and not necessarily in a good way. I stood there for a long time just staring at the painting, trying to work out what was triggering my senses. That was when this guy crept up to me. Okay. Little bit erratic, psycho in the eyes there. I see that this painting has captured your attention, young miss. Yeah, you could say that. What's the background of this piece? Do you know who the artist is? I don't see a plaque for it anywhere. Oh, the origins of this piece are not known, I'm afraid. Such a beautiful painting, shrouded in mystery. Like the Voynich manuscript, it adds to the eerie sensation one feels in its presence. You can find yourself easily lost within its canvas. The serene landscape it depicts, the detailed faces hidden in the background, and the angelic figure at the center of it all. I didn't see faces in the background. You gotta show me this painting again. Wouldn't you agree? I guess. I'm eager to know what this scene is about. You can only speculate, but that's part of its charm. The identity of the maiden, how she found herself in such a bizarre land. Tell me, what do you think her expression is showing? How do you interpret her manner? She looks afraid, defiant, or seductive. If any of those, seductive, I guess. She's indeed desirable. She radiates confidence, and the viewer can't help but be drawn in by her. How is it possible for an artist to render a figure that inspires such feeling? It's quite unreal. She's like Venus, standing in a strange new world unseen by human eyes. This moment is forever captured in still image, a timeless state, perfection, for the pleasure of all those who look upon her for generations upon generations to come. Ooh, is every portrait in this gallery someone who's been, like, captured in a moment of fear in some otherworld dimension, and now they exist in these paintings in this gallery? This is my prediction of where the story is going. When you stare into the painting, do you see anything staring back? What did you say? Anita, there you are. Oh my, this painting, it's gorgeous. What a find. Anita, don't you think this is an extraordinary painting? In some way it is. How precious. What is the name of this artwork? It did not have a name when it came into our possession. However, we have given it one we thought is quite apt. Grotesque Beauty. It perfectly embodies the sinister tone that's mixed with the odd, soothing nature of the piece. I don't think you would ever want to hang something titled Grotesque Beauty in your living room. Ah, yes, and here is the centerpiece that I've chose to put on display for everyone when entertaining guests. This weird-looking naked lady called Grotesque Beauty. See all the horrifying faces melting into the background? Doesn't it just grab your eyes and want you to enjoy some nice tea and biscuits? A scene that conjures such conflicting emotions surely cannot be named anything else. Okay, if that, like, juxtaposition and confliction is what you're going for, then okay. Grotesque Beauty. Weird smile, Dad. Grotesque Beauty. Yes, it does suit the painting. I can't seem to take my eyes off it. The woman in the painting, she's just so perfect. Happy in your marriage, are you, Dad? She almost feels real. The artist must be a genius to have created something so lifelike. Jeez, look at me, I'm all shaken up. How much is this piece? You haven't sold it already, have you? Grotesque Beauty has not been sold, sir. Yet. Yet. And you can be the first bidder. Should you be successful, you may take her home with you tonight. What luck. So early into the auction and I find a masterpiece straight away? How much is it? I'll buy it off you right now. Name your price. I'll give you anything. Good sir, I see in your eyes the desire of a true lover of art. I believe you are the perfect one to take away this treasure. For that reason, it is yours free of charge. Weird. Weird as hell. Off-putting. My God, are you for real? I can't believe my luck. This is too good to be true. I never thought my night could turn out like this. Dad, are you sure about this? Where would we put it? Don't you think it'll look out of place in our home? Anita, dear, a gem like this doesn't come by so often. It's too good to pass up. Besides, any man would be happy to find a home for this work of art. We have to have it. Before you commit, though, I must offer you one final chance to turn away. You can leave this painting and go back to your normal life, or you can choose to willingly take the painting with you. Give it a new home, and let it grow as a part of your life. So, what will it be? I'll take it. Free. Obviously. You'd be a fool not to. Congratulations, sir. You're now the new owner of Grotesque Beauty. Your life will never be the same again. That's a weird sales pitch. No wonder Anita's been freaking out. This is a weird setup. I don't like it. What a freaky story. A guy from the auction house sounds like such a weirdo. He totally was. The way he was acting didn't seem normal. He really was a creep. I don't ever want to see his ugly mug again. When did you say this happened? About a week ago. Why do you ask? I was just thinking that the timing of all this is pretty odd. Yeah, I'm shocked you haven't drawn this connection, Anita. What do you mean? Well, all these bad feelings you've been experiencing lately? You said that started a week ago, around the same time this painting came to your home. Don't you think that's quite a coincidence? It could be. Still, that doesn't mean anything, though. And the fog that's been appearing coincides with these events. This might just be me, but does that look like wisps of smoke in the painting? They could even be from a fog, much like the one that's hit the streets. What if the painting brought the fog to this neighborhood? And that stranger from the auction house was something straight out of a horror story. I don't know. Maybe there's something weird about this. Now you're beginning to sound crazy. Or are you just trying to scare me? I'm just saying. This thing does give me the creeps too. I see why you've been scared these last few days. I reckon you'd feel better if we took it off the wall and put it away. No way. Dad loves that painting. He'd kill me if he finds out we've been mishandling it. At that moment, there was a knock on the door. Is it going to be the weird stranger? He just come wandering in to check up on his painting? Who is that? Were you expecting someone? No, I only invited you here. Should we see who it is? Hello? Oh, I don't like that we're like 20 feet away from the door. Who is it? Hello? Is someone there? No one's answering. Now what? Should we open the door and see if anybody is nearby? I don't know. I don't really want to. Me neither. But then again, I'm not sure if we'll be able to sleep not knowing who was out there or what was out there. I think I can hear someone there still. Why won't he answer? Hey, what do you want? Still nothing. We could latch the door chain and take a look. What do you think? I don't know, I'm conflicted. What do you think we should do? I don't think you want to open the door even a crack. Seems like a mistake. I say don't answer the door. Fuck that. Seems terrifying. Let's play it safe. We should leave the door closed. No way I'm going to answer the door to a spooky stranger in the middle of the night. Thank God. For a moment I thought you might answer it. But I do wonder how it could have been and who it could have been and how they could have showed up at my door. The mysteries just keep piling up. Oh, fuck that. Oh my goddamn. Rachel. Did you hear that? Oh my God, something just called your name. What? How did they know my name? Who else knows about me coming over? No one. It's impossible. I only told my parents. Hey, who are you and what do you want? This is messed up. Definitely don't open the door. Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that. Do you think whoever it is still there? I don't know. I think we should try to ignore him. He'll go away soon. I don't buy that. We try to brush off the incident at the door. We stayed up a little longer, idly chatting before the night grew darker and sleep washed over us. I can't believe anyone slept. The slumber party was nice, despite our paranoia. Anita was probably feeling overcautious and afraid, having heard one too many morbid stories. I was glad to be there with her to keep my wandering mind from thinking back to my sister's disappearance. Soon all this anxiety will pass by. It's good that we can help each other through it. Tonight was a bit weird. It was about to get weirder still. Ooh, I'm not very excited about that prospect. I don't know how much time had passed when I regained consciousness. You make it sound like you passed out. You had a sleep. You woke up is what you did. You didn't regain consciousness. Quit being spooky about it. I opened my eyes and see nothing but darkness. A darkness so complete I couldn't tell if my eyes were open or closed. I waved a hand in front of my face but see nothing. This place. Where am I? What's happening? Panic began to surge in me. I spun around, trying desperately to find something that could anchor me to my surroundings. But it was useless. The dark was so absolute, so absent of light. I couldn't help but question if I was even in a physical plane of existence. My lack of sight seemed to sharpen my other senses, and I felt something move. It brushed against my arm, a gentle touch like a faint breeze, but the unexpected contact made me jump. I reached out a hand to inspect the darkness. My hands touched something that didn't seem to hold a solid form. It broke off and seemed to float in the air. How did I get here? I squeezed my eyes tight, trying hard to recall the moments that led me here. Oh yeah, that's right. I was in her room. We were having a sleepover. Anita! Oh God, where is she? Hello? Is anybody out there? Anita, where are you? Please, anyone, can you hear me? Something moved. Who's there? Though I couldn't see, I felt a presence emerge in the dark. It was close. Despite the dark, I could almost make out a dim silhouette against the black void. Anita? Is that you? Answer me, please. I don't think we should be here. We need to get out of here fast. A weak voice came back in reply. It did not belong to Anita. Rachel. You're not Anita. Who are you? What do you want? Rachel, you must help me. You need my help? What do you want me to do? Rachel, I'm trapped. I need your help to get out of here. But I don't know how. I don't even know where you are. What is this place? Please tell me. This is a bad place. You shouldn't be here. I've been trapped here for so long. Luckily, it's not too late for you. Who are you? Please, if you want me to help you, you need to tell me what's going on. There isn't much time. You have to help me. Everyone has forgotten about me, but not you. See, this feels like her sister is reaching out to her now, but I feel like it's the Grotesque Beauty fucking with our heads. You are the only one who still cares. You want to find the truth. Get me out of here, Rachel. You're the only one who can. A sharp gasp escapes my throat. My heart suddenly jolts as if I'm shocked back to life from a deadened state. Tears stung my eyes in an instance of recognition. There was a familiarity in the voice that wasn't clear to me until now. The voice I haven't heard in so long, but I've yearned for the day I could hear its sweet melody once more. I had lost hope of ever finding her. Hannah, is that you? Do you recognize me, big sis? Hannah! Oh God, I never thought. Where have you been all this time? I've been so worried. Hannah, please tell me where you are. We don't have long. Rachel, you are in danger. Oh God, so we're having these, like, altering, conflicting forces coming at odds from Hannah and the painting. You are not safe. You must not trust her. I don't understand what you mean, Hannah. What are you trying to say? Rachel! I'm fading away. No, wait, don't go. Please help me, Rachel. Can you help me? Don't worry, Hannah. I'll help you no matter what. I'll save you, even if it's the last thing I'll do. You promise? I promise. Don't go. Not again. I can't lose you again. Hannah! My eyes snap open once more. I saw the ceiling, indistinct above me. I was back in Anita's room. I stared straight at the ceiling, where the street lights outside the window cast a dim glow. I lay there, unmoving for a moment. The sound of my heart pounding was the only sound I heard. I wiped the beads of sweat that trickled from my brow and noticed my hands are still trembling. I pressed them tight to my chest to steady them, and my breathing began to relax. I am safe. It was just a dream. As I calmed down, I remembered something urgent. Anita! My eyes scanned the room frantically. Adjusting to the darkness, I soon made out her sleeping figure in the bedroom floor, soundly asleep. I breathed out a sigh of relief. Thank God she's safe. The memory of the wispy black room was fresh in my mind. For a moment, I was afraid that I had truly lost the whereabouts of my friend, or even my mental faculties. The experience felt so vivid, unlike any dreams I've ever had before. Most times my dreams are uninteresting. I'm sure not creative enough to conjure something like this. It couldn't have been a mere dream, could it? And Hannah, she was there. Am I this upset over her disappearance that I'd still dream of her? After all the time that she's been absent, I've never had an encounter with her quite as powerful as this. Can she still be out there somewhere? What if she's close by? Is that why all these strange things have been happening? Not ready to fall back asleep, I lay in silence, listening to the ambience of the room. There was something soothing about quietly observing life as it drifted by. The night can be full of intriguing little sounds that usually go unnoticed in the day. Sounds like you're opening up the possibility of hearing something that you shouldn't, or would rather not hear. Some time passed, and I was still no closer to falling asleep. That vodka never really seemed to affect the story much, but maybe it comes up later. As I came on the verge of drifting off, I heard something that caught my attention. Oh, that was weird. A cat walked into the room at the same time that happened. Was that just the house creaking? Oh, there it is again. Now I got a cat. Debating coming up? Yeah, she decided to join. Comfort me, Misty. I'm scared. There it was again. No, I don't like that. Didn't sound like the regular nighttime ambience. Against everything else, that sound stood out for some reason. The pitter-patter was coming from somewhere inside the house, though I couldn't tell where exactly. Her parents are going to come home eventually, right? It could just be them coming home. Was it my imagination, or does the gentle sound seem purposeful? I rolled onto an elbow, sat up, and froze mid-motion, not wanting my movement to mask anything. Silence reigned over the house. Whatever was making that noise was gone. Still, I think I should investigate it, if only for peace of mind. I look over to Anita, still asleep and undisturbed by the noise coming from outside the bedroom. Should I wake her up and alert her about what I've heard? She's fast asleep, and I'd feel bad if I disturbed her for something trivial. I wonder if I should leave her. This feels like a cried wolf situation. And I bet this first time is nothing, and then there's going to be a second time, so I'm going to let her sleep. What am I thinking? I can't wake Anita for this. Damn it, I'm not a kid anymore. I shouldn't be letting my imagination get the better of me. Yeah, there's some weird Rorschach shit going on around the room, though, and it's kind of bugging me out. I don't like it. Besides, it's unlikely to be anything serious. We're safe inside the house, after all. I climbed out of Anita's bed, carefully as not to wake her as I tiptoed around her and left the bedroom. All by yourself, off into the darkness. No need to flick on any lights. The hallway was quiet. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary here. The curious sound I heard before did not return, and there was no evidence of where it originated from. I stood still for a moment longer, listening for any further developments. I must look like an idiot standing there like a statue. You probably look like a terrifying ghost if anyone saw you. If Anita got up and saw me now, I can only imagine how goofy this must be. That would be embarrassing. Since I'm here now, I might as well check if everything is all right in the other rooms. Oh, no, don't. Okay, I thought I was going to have to choose. Even if oh, the painting is missing. The living room looked a lot less familiar with the lights out. I'm not even sure what it is I'm looking for. This was my house, and anything misplaced would stand out to me quickly. How could I tell if something was out of the ordinary here? Scanning the room, it seemed to me that everything was how it should be. Maybe this was a mistake. If you were so terrified about the painting so recently, how would that not be the first thing you look at and think of and go to and check and register? I've been stressed out and it's making me paranoid. I should have stayed in bed and just gone back to sleep. At least I've made sure there was nothing to be afraid. That should be comforting to know. I turned to make my way back upstairs, glancing back for one final check. This time, something stood out as odd. Wait a minute. Am I seeing things? It was hard to see in the dark. I blinked my eyes, trying to clear away any weariness that might have clouded my vision. What the actual hell? The painting. I took a few steps towards the painting for a closer look, but instinct told me to keep a safe distance. My eyes did not deceive me. Something was wrong. Is it missing entirely, or is it just altered? The figure in the painting. She's gone. She's gone. My delivery there was rock solid. There was no mistaking it. The space in the painting where a woman once stood was now empty. The disturbing turn of events left me rooted on the spot, unable to tear my eyes from the hollow canvas. I clutched the top of my head, nails digging into my scalp, hoping against hope that I was still dreaming, that I might wake up at any moment. There was no such end from this nightmare, however. This was really happening. Holy shit, how is this even possible? This is seriously messed up. I suddenly feel weak in the knees. I stumble backwards and brace myself against the wall, keeping myself a safe distance from the painting. I should tell Anita right now. It might be too late for that. Jesus Christ. I raced back to Anita's room in a flash. Surprisingly, she was still asleep despite the ruckus I made getting here. Oh, we're going to show her the painting and it's going to be back. Anita, wake up, hurry. What do you want? Something crazy's happening. You have to come see. What are you talking about? The painting your dad bought is really haunted. The woman inside of it is gone. She vanished completely. You're kidding, aren't you? I'm too tired for this. I'm serious, you lazy ass. Get up now. We might be in danger. You look like you've seen a ghost. Wait, you're serious? I'm dead serious. Come on, if you don't believe me, you will soon enough. Okay, show me the painting. If your friend was wigged out that badly... Okay, it is still missing. Okay. Oh god, I don't believe it. She really is gone. I feel like that really undoes the trope of like, here's a reason for your friend to let their guard down and not believe you. You're just being paranoid. Nope, they both see it. She's really gone. I told you, didn't I? Your dad shouldn't have accepted a weird-ass painting in the first place, essentially from a weirdo dealer. No way. It can't just change like that. It's impossible. This thing is bad. It's cursed for sure. Oh god, what do we do? Before I could answer, our attention is drawn to the thin sheet of fog that suddenly filled the room. Where the hell did this come from? Maybe it came from outside. Did you leave a window open somewhere? No, and even if I did, look how fast this place became misty. Oh, my cat is misty. It was clear a moment ago. A regular fog can't just appear like this. Ooh, that was a weird, sharp sound. This night just keeps getting weirder. Rachel, look at the painting. Something's happening. It's glowing. True to her word, the painting glimmered with ethereal energy. It pulsed like the beating of a heart. The rhythmic throb gave it an impression of a living creature. Across the surface, a streak of light rippled outward like a parting of curtains. Now and then, light catches the canvas, and it appeared like there was something else unusual about it. The light danced on the surface, and something didn't seem right about the space between the frames. I almost shouted in astonishment when it dawned on me. The painting's surface was no longer flat. Inside it contained a new dimension that disappeared into the wall. Do you see that? The painting goes inward. It looks like there's a tunnel. How? There should be a wall right behind it. It must be some kind of portal. A conclusion I'm willing to jump to immediately, with no further thought or consideration. Portal? Where do you think it goes? No idea. As we stood staring at the strange painting, a familiar sound came from above. Whatever that, like, latching or door closing or whatever it is. Did you hear that? Yeah. Was that the sound you heard before? Definitely. It's coming from upstairs. Oh, jeez. Hey, where are you going? I'm gonna take a look. I think it's coming from my parents' room. What about the painting? Don't you think we should take a closer look at it? Maybe we could find where it leads to. Are you kidding me? I think we should stay away from it. Who knows what it is and what it can do? But what if it changes again? It might not stay this way for long. This might be our only chance to see what's happening before the passageway closes. Maybe we'll find out more about what we're dealing with this way. There's something else I didn't tell her about, though. I felt something coming from the painting. Something called out to me. Was it a voice? A faint memory lingered in my mind. I've seen this place before, if only I could remember it. Oh, this is terrible. I feel like we either have to go and try to save Hannah or confront the Grotesque Beauty. But I don't want to split up, so I think we investigate the sound. We shouldn't inspect what the sound was. That's the immediate issue. The painting can wait. It isn't going anywhere after all. It's kind of proven that it does go places. If you say so, it was your idea. Okay, let's go see what's in my parents' room. Oh, I thought it might change as soon as we left the room. Cautiously, we sneak upstairs, approaching the bedroom of Anita's parents, the source of the peculiar noise we've heard all night. The hair on the back of my neck pricks up as we find ourselves outside the closed door. Who knows what we'll find inside? After what I've witnessed so far tonight, I was afraid what the answer might be. Pressing an ear gently on the door, I listen intently. Anything? Shh, keep it down. I can't hear anything. Hopefully that means nothing inside. We should just leave it and go back to our room. Don't be a coward. We need to make sure nothing's wrong. Okay, get ready. I'm going in. I slowly turned the handle and pushed the door open. Anita was clinging onto my arm as she peered over my shoulder. We both gasped at the same time. Oh, fuck that. Weird, creepy. She just standing there? Oh, that's even worse. I don't like this at all. Oh, I half expected to see nothing out of the ordinary. The other part of me was bracing to see a scary monster waiting to grab us. What I didn't expect was to find a stranger in the house, sprawled naked on the floor. She scrambled desperately to create some distance between us and herself. Her wide open eyes were fixed on us. She seemed so as scared and surprised as we were. Who are you? What's going on? Where am I? I broke out of the huddle Anita and I unconsciously formed. Evidently there was no immediate danger to us. I could ask you the same thing. Who are you and how did you get in here? The mysterious woman continued to scream. Has she just been screaming this entire time? Just, ah! This whole time her mouth is open? She was in no condition to answer our questions. Anita stepped forward to try to reassure her, holding up both hands in a sign of amity. It's okay. Please don't shout. Try to relax. You're not in any danger. No one's going to hurt you. This is a safe place. Yeah, that's right. We're not here to hurt you. You can trust us, so please calm down. The woman seemed convinced by her earnest pleading and regained control of herself. You see, everything's going to be all right. We're all friends here. We'll take care of you. There's something else going on, though. This woman, escaped the painting, but, that's not... She was never the danger, I guess. The woman calmed down and relaxed. Now that she was more composed, it struck me how beautiful she was. Her petite figure resembled a flower. Her skin was soft and fair, as if she wore a pearl shell. Her jet black hair was smooth and glistened in the cold air. She was a beauty I had never seen before. These details were not lost on Anita as I saw her react with a blush. Yeah, but what's the grotesque part, hey? We're just gonna chat with this naked lady? My name is Anita. This is my house. That's Rachel over there. She's a good friend of mine. What's your name? The strange woman sat up slowly, still carrying looks of confusion. I don't have a name. You don't have a name? I mean, I don't remember one. That's okay. It's not too important right now. Can you tell us what happened to you and how you got here? I don't remember that either. I don't remember a lot of things. I do remember a strange place full of smoke. I was trapped there for the longest time. The painting? You mean the painting downstairs? That's right. She's the girl from the painting. I totally recognize her. Anita and I share a glance. Everything bad seems to be connected to that damn painting. I think I was kidnapped. What? There was a man. I've never seen him before. I don't know what he wanted. He put me inside that painting. It turned out that it leads to another world. A world that's darker and more terrible than this one. I was lost in there for a long time. I don't know exactly how long. It's hard to tell the passage of time once you're inside. There's no night or day. It's hard to tell what's up and down. There's nothing to ground yourself with. That sounds horrible, you poor thing. How did you escape? I'm sorry, that's another thing I can't remember. I don't know what happened to my memory. Maybe it has something to do with being locked up in the place for such a long time? I just remember wandering that strange land forever, and the next thing I know, I'm here. I may not know how I got here, but I'm so glad that I'm free at last. Whoever put me in there was a bad man. I'm scared of what he will do if he finds out that I've escaped. Please, you can't let him find me. You have to protect me. Don't worry, we'll try to help you as much as we can. We won't let that guy get you. Thank you. I'm sorry to intrude on you like this. Anyway, you're safe here for now. We'll take care of you while we wait to get the police involved. At the very least, we should get some clothes for her. We can't have her sitting around naked. Anita, do you have something we can dress her in? Yeah, there's a dressing gown in my room. Okay then, we should go get that. Wait, what about her? We can't just leave her alone. Someone should keep an eye on her just in case. How about everyone go to get the dressing gown together? Yes? Maybe? I'm very uncomfortable. Anita, you'll be quicker, because you'll know where to go looking for this dressing gown. You'll be able to come and go much more quickly. You go and get something for her to wear. I'll stay and keep watch. Okay, I'll be right back. Anita disappears out of the room, leaving just me and our surprise guest alone. Don't worry, we won't let anything bad happen to you. You're perfectly safe as long as you're here. And where exactly are we? Oh, this is Anita's house. Her parents aren't around right now, which is why I'm here to keep her company. I'm a friend of hers from school. We go... How did you get the painting? That was, it was Anita's dad? He got it from some auction about a week ago, I think. A week, huh? Is something the matter? Something doesn't feel right. Oh, I just got tingles. I think I'm beginning to remember. I stared at her intently, giving her space to concentrate. After a brief pause, she continued. Her words caught me off guard. Oh, God, I hate when they transition like that. I think you are in danger. Huh? It's all a lie. We need to get out of here as soon as we can. You can help me, can't you? Hold on, I don't understand what you're talking about. The other world beyond the painting, I saw them. That's where he's been keeping them. Who? The girls. They were put in about a week ago. Your friend isn't who she says she is. Her family has been kidnapping vulnerable women all this time. That's not true. I can't believe it. It's true. Think about it. You said Anita brought the painting here last week? In that time, whilst I was trapped in the other world, I've seen other women thrown in there too. There's no other way for them to get there. That painting is the only gateway into that world, and your friend had it the whole time. Maybe the dad has been corrupt in some weird way by the influence of the painting? That's crazy. That can't be possible. You said you had no concept of time within the painting land, okay? You can't know that time has... people have been brought there in that time. Panic suddenly spreads across the woman's face. She presses both hands against the sides of her head as if to keep it from exploding. You don't understand. You must believe me. We're in great danger. They must have been doing this for years. What makes you say that? I guess I haven't been here in years. Who knows how long they've had that painting? Look, I've known Anita for years, and I just don't picture her doing the things you're claiming. That's because she's been keeping the truth from you. You can't trust her. She didn't tell you about Hannah after all. There it was. The moment where I could no longer ignore her words. My heart sank at the mention of my sister's name. How do you know that name? The other world is like a desert. It's vast and desolate, but there are other lost wanderers trapped. I remember one traveler there, a little girl. She said her name was Hannah. I feel a lump in my throat and my eyes go up. I never expected to hear news on my little sister ever again. Hope gripped my heart, and hope was exactly what I was afraid of. She told me about you, Rachel. Now I know who you are. She adores you and always believed you'd be able to save her one day, but she also told me about the one who made her disappear from her world. It's all coming back to me now. Her name was Anita. She was a friend of her sister, and she betrayed her. One day she waited for Hannah after school and led her to a forest. That was where her family ambushed and kidnapped Hannah. She's trapped in the painting world ever since. I'm sorry, Rachel, but your friend is evil. And now she has both of us inside her house. We need to get out of here quickly. I don't know if I believe this still. This painting woman might just be capable of pulling this information and, like, crafting your greatest fear sort of thing. At that moment, the bedroom door creaked open. Anita emerged. Sorry I'm late, guys. It took me forever to go through my mess. I'm such a klutz. She paused, only just detecting the tension in the air. I kept my back turned to her. Guys, what's going on? Tell me, Anita, what took you so long? What were you doing? I was fetching something for the woman to wear like you asked me to. Was that all you did? Seems like an awfully long time for a simple task. I said I'm sorry, alright. Is that what this is about? Are you mad that I took my time? And what about the painting? Did you really get it from an auction? Yes, I already told you where it came from. Why are you asking me all this? The woman's turning us against each other. The woman, she remembers something. All the girls that have been disappearing. She said your family is responsible. You've kidnapped them. What? That's a complete lie. Why would she say that? So you deny it? Of course I deny it. Why would you even believe this stranger? You know me, I would never do anything like that. What about Hannah? Suddenly the anger was wiped off Anita's face. Her skin turned pale. I could see it in her eyes. She was keeping something secret from me. There was no denying it. Tears started to stream from her eyes. I couldn't stop myself from crying too. Oh God, it's true, isn't it? You did something to her. Oh no, it's not like that. Rachel, I don't understand. Why are you talking like this? You've been hiding something about Hannah, haven't you? Don't try to deny it. I can tell just from looking at you. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Okay, it's true. I saw her. I saw Hannah. I was probably the last person to ever see her. The day she disappeared after school, I was heading over to a friend's place and took the scenic route near the old forest. That was when I saw Hannah. She was wandering by herself, so I went over to check if she was all right. She was in a gloomy mood and wanted to be alone. Looking back, I know it was the wrong thing to do, but I let her go into the forest alone. I knew when I was down I didn't want to be around anyone either, so I just left her. After she went missing, I felt so incredibly guilty. I could have stopped all this from happening if I just stayed with her. I know it's a shitty thing to do. Yeah, if you also would have came forward, people maybe would have had a better idea of where to start looking. You left her alone in the forest? Why did you do that? Don't you know how irresponsible you were? I know I know, it was stupid, and I've never forgiven myself for it. Rachel, I'm so sorry. I should have been there for her. I wish I could take it all back. Why didn't you tell me before? You kept all this a secret. The police could have done something if you told them where you saw her. I know it wasn't right for me to keep that secret from you. I really did mess up. You were going through so much. I didn't want this to come between us. I was afraid you'd hate me. God knows I hate myself for it. What is the woman doing right now? Where is she? I never wanted you to find out this way. It was incredibly selfish of me. I know. I've lived with the guilt every day. Every time I look at you, I felt regret. I hated myself more and more. But that was my punishment. I had to live with the choices I made. All the crap I've been feeling, it's all I deserve. I'm just so sorry, Rachel. I didn't mean to hurt you like this. She's trying to trick you again. Don't be fooled. You caught her in her own lie already. You must see that she's hiding something more from you. I don't like that I'm being pitted against my friend by a horrible painting woman right now. So this is it then? No more lies? This is what really happened? Yes, I promise. You have to believe me. I have to trust her over the painting woman, right? I still can't understand why you did what you did. I don't know if I forgive you for it, but I trust you. Thank you, Rachel. I just want to... One day we will settle this properly, but right now there's something more urgent we need to address. Our drama can wait. Oh, she's got that look. I'm disappointed in you, Rachel. I told you she can't be trusted. Why do you go against my word? I don't know who this woman is, but she tried to turn us against each other. One thing is for certain, she's got evil intentions. We need to have each other's back. Agreed. Oh, I hate that. Such fools. Ignorant to the end. You have no idea what you're dealing with. Well, then let me shed some light on that matter. Oh, in the blink of an eye, the woman's demeanor completely switched. I nearly jumped out of my skin from the shock. Her sweet voice became coarse and venomous. The very sound of her words dissolved away any defiance. Her composed facade gave way to reveal her true self, a face of hate, anger, and malice. Piercing eyes stabbed daggers into my very soul. An unworldly sense of danger struck me. I'd never witnessed hatred like this. You think you have the power to defy me? You know nothing of what you're dealing with. You're just an insect, and insects cannot escape my grand designs. Oh, Jesus. It's got, weird, bat-like features. If it wasn't clear before, there was no mistaking now that this was no ordinary woman. Countless generations of evolution in the natural world could never design something that exuded such an aura. It could only be described as evil. You will suffer such agony, the likes of which you could not comprehend. I will tear your flesh from your bones, rip out your tongue, snap your bones, stab out your eyes, and grind you to dust. You will beg for mercy, but there will be no end to the torture. When I'm through with you, you will have died 1,000 deaths. The figure of the woman grew taller. Her shadow stretched until it touched the ceiling. Her smooth skin folded in on itself, revealing rough scales. Glistening eyes opened up in random spots over her body where they did not belong. A smile, too wide for any human face, displayed a set of sharp fangs. Right before our eyes, her elegant body melted away to hideous monstrosity, a creature far removed from the gentle mask it wore before. As unreal as it was, I was living a waking nightmare. Oh. I wasn't expecting to actually get to see what the monstrosity really looked like. Oh, the sound effects for the gnashing teeth is weird. Ugh. That's some twisted body horror. Are we just dead then? Seems difficult to survive. I quivered at the formidable sight. My whole world felt small in an instant. The creature let out a sharp hiss. What? What is that thing? Now, do you see? You had no hope in defying me. It stepped forward in a challenging motion. What do we do? What the hell do we do? I'm not gonna reason with it. That seems like some shit. Run, I guess. God damn, I don't know. Run for it. escape the fog of the neighborhood. I don't really know how far we would have to run. We turned and ran out the door. We were incredibly lucky to be positioned close to the exit. Otherwise, I fear we would have stood no chance at escaping. As we sprinted out the room, I felt the unnatural quickness of the creature rushing after us. Oof, gee, oh, I hate that shit. It was close. Anita's room was nearest safety. I rushed in with Anita following quickly. We both turned and slammed the door behind us just in the nick of time. Oh, I hate that sort of crawling horror shit. The door frame shook as the creature threw itself at the door. Anita and I braced against it as we tried desperately to hold the door shut. I saw the handle rotate. Reacting sharply with senses heightened by adrenaline, I yanked the handle back upright, supporting it with both hands. Anita joined me whilst keeping her body weight pressed against the door. A spine-tingling sound came from the other side of the door. A furious wail echoed in the corridor as the creature pounded menacingly against the door. What are we gonna do? Keep this door shut. We can't let it come in or we're toast. The monstrous noise continued. It pounded against the door like a battering ram. But still, we held on with our bodies pushing back. Thank our lucky stars this door opens inwards. I don't think we could have held it if it opened the other way. The screaming outside died, and suddenly all was quiet. Anita and I exchanged a look of confusion. It's gonna climb in your window or some shit, right? What happened? Why did it go quiet all of a sudden? Do you think it's still out there? Hell yes! Anita pressed an ear against the door. A look of deep concentration spread across her face. I think I hear something. Oh. She's gonna use Hannah as bait. Did you hear that? Shh. Listen. The sound was faint at first, but there was no mistaking it. It sounded like someone crying. A little girl. What's a little girl doing here? Maybe she came out of the painting. Or maybe it's a trap. Help me. Help somebody. Oh God, I don't believe it. There's actually someone out there. This can't be real. Rachel, are you there? Please help me. That voice. There was a familiarity in the voice. I let out a gasp as I make the connection. Hannah? Is that you? What? It can't be. Rachel, help me. Don't leave me behind again. Don't listen to it. That's not your sister. It just can't be. I'm scared. Please save me, Rachel. I don't want to be alone. No, hell no. I don't believe you. You're not Hannah. My little sister would never try to lure me out to be killed by some monster. You need to try harder than that if this is all you've got. Rachel, you have to believe me. Just open the door. I won't. Not for a creep like you. Sis, open the door. Just open the door, you fucking maggot. Open this door or I'll kill you slowly. I'll rip your eyes out. I'll tear that meat off your bones. I'll drown your friend in a pool of your blood. The longer you delay the inevitable, the more I will make your life torture. Open the door now. The room descended to emptiness. Hearing the threat has left Anita and I paralyzed with fear. All we could do was share a look of distraught and keep the door shut. The sound of shuffling feet paced back and forth in the hallway. Sometimes it disappeared into another room, only to return a moment later. Now and then, it would try for the door, but we'd spring up to resist it. How long can we keep this up? Some time passed since the sound of it moved away. The corridor was silent for a considerable time. Do you think it's gone? I'm going to assume this is just for the sake of showing their conversation and that they're still pressed up against the door. Where could it have disappeared to? Maybe it went back into the painting to rest? I don't think so. I think I heard it in the other room. Then what should we do? We can't stay here forever. Eventually it'll get inside. We need to find a way out. That would mean opening the door and sneaking out. Oh, God. Hey, it's gonna be alright. Listen to me. I'm just so scared I can't cope. I don't think I can take much more of this. We won't have to. We're safe for now, Anita. I need you to be strong. I promise you we'll get out of here alive. The two of us will make it through. I'll protect you, okay? This will all be over soon, but for now, you must be brave. If we have each other's back, no one can break us. Okay, thank you, Rachel. I'm glad you're here with me. You've always been so strong, and you've always been a good friend. I'll try to be as strong as you. That's good. Have you heard anything from outside? No, I haven't heard anything for a while. I think the last time I heard it, it was in my parents' room. That's the last time I heard anything, too. Maybe it is safe right now. If I were that thing, I would just stand motionless outside the door. Like, you know, you got nowhere to be. You're in no hurry. Don't leave the room. Don't leave the room? It's going to come through the window. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Maybe we should wait just a little bit more, just to be safe. Sit tight and keep listening. We continued to hang by the door. It was hard to tell how long we spent waiting there. What could have been a few mere minutes felt like an eternity. Fatigue started to catch up with us. Standing there bracing the door was exhausting. I felt my back ache over. All the while the world outside the door remained quiet. The creature showed no sign of itself. Anita looked at me. The question was in her eyes. Don't leave the room! I don't know! I still don't think it's safe to go out yet. Okay, I don't much like the idea of risking a run for it right now. Something about this seems too planned. Like some psychological experiment. What do you mean? We can't stay in this room. It must know that. Sooner or later we'll need to open the door. As long as it keeps quiet for all that time, it can trick us into believing it's gone away. It's playing some kind of game with us. Are you saying that the thing has been sitting outside the door all this time? It's a possibility. Where else could it be? Then how do we get out of here? I don't know, but for now we just stay alive and keep this door shut at all cost. Maybe wait for your parents to get home. Maybe some neighbors will have heard all the screaming. I don't know. Just then, as if responding to my theory, a sound cut through the silence. I hate when it tells me a sound is happening before the sound happens. I hate when the sound happens unexpectedly as well. But unexpectedly or expected, I hate it. That came from over there. My eyes darted to the other side of the room. Horror struck me when I realized where it was coming from. The window. I think the sound came from out there. I slowly edged away from the door, leaving Anita behind. What are you doing? I heard the worry in her voice. What if that thing came through the door right then? Why wasn't the option to just run for it then? It took the two of us to hold it back last time. Anita alone would not be able to fight it. But I was concerned about something else. Slowly, I walked towards the window. With its curtains drawn, a sound came from outside the window, became more audible. Can't we, glance to the side of the curtain without moving the curtains so that, that thing doesn't know we're onto it? I reached out a hand and held onto the curtain fabric. Oh, fuck this. I pulled the curtains open. Yep. The monster was right outside the window. The glass pane shatters, bringing a cool gust of wind into the room. Dark snake-like silhouettes invade from the outside. They slithered towards me. Run! I ran towards Anita. She was already out the door, holding it open for me. I felt a massive weight roll into the room and give chase. Anita dragged the door behind me. Oh, goddamn. Anita leans back. She pulls the door shut. I join her, planting a foot in the wall for leverage. No, I think you just bail. I think at this point you run the hell down the stairs and get out of the house. Despite our efforts, the door was slowly being pulled open. It was clear we could not hold out. I don't think we can hold on for much longer. I know. So this is it then? Doesn't have to be. We don't have to let this thing take the both of us. You don't mean... I do. One of us can hold it off. That should buy the other one enough time to get out of here. Better one of us dead than the two of us. Who's going to stay behind? I'm not going to tell you to stay behind. I'll stay. I'll do it. But Rachel, come on. Don't give me that. I said I have your back, didn't I? You need to get out of here whilst you can. Rachel, I don't know what to say. A thank you would be nice, but make it snappy. I don't know how much longer I can hold this. Thank you, Rachel, for everything. I'll see you again one day. Go on, get out of here. Ooh, this is not gonna go well. Anita let go of the door and ran down the stairs. I listened as her footsteps found the front door and soon disappeared down the streets. Shit, this thing's gonna go back out the window and chase her. She made it out. At least one of us gets to live. In that instant, the fight left my body. A hard pull managed to rip the door wide open. I fell forward, but something caught me before I hit the ground. My nose hovered inches from the carpet. I rose to the ceiling, lifted by demonic tentacles. I came face to face with the creature. Oh, weird. Weird. Did you think you've won? You tiny thing, it doesn't matter if one escapes. All I needed was one, and here you kindly offer yourself up. What are you going to do? It did not answer. Silently, it carried me down the stairs, bringing me to the portrait. I watched as we entered the living room. Oh, is this thing going to transform itself into Rachel? Looking over his shoulder, I could see the painting draw near. The creature stopped in front of it, and before I knew it, I was tumbling backward. I felt the world spin. I fell down a bottomless well with nothing but darkness around me. Maybe we'll be reunited with Hannah, or was that always a lie? Ending 20. Hold the door! 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 I know it probably seems like I left the room for no reason, but that was what I was up to. Hopefully I didn't miss something on the screen when I did that. Oh, God. That's, like, a pretty lengthy game, considering there's 30 endings to discover. Obviously, some of them are, like, you die right away, right at the beginning or whatever. Some, like, immediate failure or whatever. There is a little bit of a note here from the developer, basically just saying, like, hey, if you choose to stream this or share videos on it, please maybe don't share all 30 endings. It might like deter people from wanting to play the game themselves. There is actually also a free demo if people want to play around with that themselves. But yeah, that was fucked, but still cool. So I guess I thank you guys for choosing this one as the game we play from October 10th's varied releases. I'm glad there's still enough of the day left so I can shake off that story and maybe get some sleep tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.